This is an SL-350 or R230. It's 2006 model. Normally I don't do my videos like this, but I didn't know what was going on and I didn't know how to fix it. But now I've gotten to this stage and I'm like, I can do this. And there's nothing out there that really shows how to fix this. So what's going on is it is not shifting gears. It's getting stuck in limp mode and getting either stuck in first or second gear. You turn on the vehicle and D and park don't actually appear. You turn it on and off again and it will reappear, and then it might start driving again. And you keep doing this until you get to a stage where it doesn't drive, it just gets stuck in first gear from the instant you turn it on. This happened over 8 months for us until it went to this stage. And what happened was, where I've gone to this and I want to show you guys how to fix it, well hopefully I haven't fixed it yet, is once you pull everything apart and open the gear selector, oh god, I don't want to tip that upside down, you get to the gear selector and you pull out this here, and there's 2 capacitors on there. There's also some sensors on there that I'm going to try and resolder the points if I can, but I think that might be a bit too hard to redo them with my skill. But I'm leaning towards these capacitors. Now I've done a volt with a multimeter test, and it's showing irregularities, not an actual capacitor test. So I'm going to switch these capacitors out. They're very cheap, about 70 cents each, and hopefully that fixes this. Watch the video till the end, because after I fix the board, I'll reassemble everything. And how I got there, that's the next stage. First of all, there's these plastic covers on the side. They're easy. You pry them out, they pop off. There's no special, they're essentially all clipped in. There's nothing really there that is hard or you're going to break. That's a piece of cake. Next one is, there's a bunch of screws along here. All those torque type screws. And there's lots. They're all along both sides. You've got both plastic side covers that you need to take off. And there's lots of screws. As an example, hole, 2 up there. But actually there's probably more, I would say, than that. So you undo all those, and this should come out easy. You'd start from this section here and just lift it up here, and it should come out. If it doesn't come out easy, there's a screw still in the top section or bottom section, so keep an eye on that one. Before you pull this out, by the way, actually it kind of gets jammed right around the gear selector shift. Like, it comes out, but then it kind of gets stuck, so you're going to kind of have to pull it out, and these little plastic bits kind of like fall out, which when I went to go put it in the first time, it was actually quite difficult to put those plastic bits back in. And they're around here. So then you get to the gear selector, and how you pull the gear selector out. Actually no, before the gear selector there's a knob. So you actually pry up this leather cover, there's clips on it and it comes out quite easily, and then you don't unscrew the gear knob. It's got a plastic clip on the base, which you twist maybe 90 degrees, and then you pull it down, and then you just lift it up. It might be a little firm, but that's how it comes off. You don't unscrew that. The gear selector is more of the harder one. So there's, first of all, there is this clip here. This essentially tells the steering wheel once it's in park, so you can pull out the gear, the key. But this one, this plastic thing twists about 90 degrees and then you can pull it out. There's 3 bolts that you'll come across, here, here and here. You can probably manage to get them out, but there's a plastic bit that's in front of it. I'm just trying to find this plastic bit. Here it is. And it kind of obscures you getting out those bolts. And the way that you get rid of this plastic bit is essentially like pulling out half the dash, I believe. It looks like it's all one piece. And I'm not even, it would be extremely difficult pulling out that gear selector without pulling this out, because you'd have to disconnect this, and you'd have to disconnect it from underneath the car. That is the bar that shifts gear into the transmissions. So it's a lot of work. So the easier way of doing it is actually cutting this off. I used an angle grinder and cut them off. And this helps hold the center console in place. Now, even with that off, this is not really moving around. So you can just cut it off and put everything back and you'll be pretty good. But what I'm going to do is either reattach this with some strong glue, or I'm probably just going to reattach it by drilling 2 sets of holes and using cable ties on each side, and that will hold it in place. Anyway, so once you get those 3 bolts off, you pull up the gear selector, and then there's a clip here that you kind of have to maneuver off and push the gear selector shaft off. And that was a little fiddly, but I managed to get it off. And then you get to the gear selector. Now this seems like a lot of work, and it is. It's probably, like, if I was to do it again to get to this stage, it would probably take me an hour to do it all, which is not so bad. But the first time around, you're going to be at it for about, an hour or 2 hours. And essentially I pull the screws underneath, the main screws, and then the main case will come off. And then you want to get to this plastic bit here, and that's these outer casings, and that's where it holds the board. where you find the capacitors. Now there is a couple screws holding in place, which is one up here from the inside, and then, so you don't need to pull the whole thing apart, there's a screw in there, and that will release this plastic side section here. Now there is one more thing with these cars, where it fails to get out of gear. It's just stuck in park, and it won't move. There's this solenoid here that pushes up a lever inside this gear selector, and that lever apparently breaks a lot. And that's where I saw a lot of these videos about this plastic bit in here breaking, because people try and force it and break this section where it kind of locks it in place. Luckily I didn't break mine, but it's in there. You can buy the replacement part. Hopefully I'll have the link in the description below. But essentially, to get to this part, you will need to drill out these rivets. There's a few rivets where you'll need to get to it. Even the solenoid, you need to drill out the rivets to get to this plastic bit. But once that's done, you're good. You have to re-rivet those. But yeah, that's my video. And the next stage is I'm going to try and solder these capacitors in with my basic skill level. I did want to do these sensors, but looking at these sensors, I don't think I can do that with my skill level. And we'll put it all back together and see if that's fixed it. But the symptoms kind of like show, like I even put a new battery into the boot, and that kind of fixed the problems a little bit. And the slightly higher voltage would, increase the voltage through the capacitors. So it's kind of making sense. It's capacitors. I did check all the connections first and reconnected them all in. There's a whole bunch of clips that you got to pull out there. They're pretty simple. But yeah, solder next. So I did try and solder off these capacitors, but it was just too difficult. So eventually I just ended up working these off. The solder joints actually went right under the capacitors, so I'm glad I didn't try and commit to it, especially with my skill level and everyone else's standard skill level out there with soldering. So eventually just working them off and then cleaning up the solder connections with some flux. Because how they were, I did a bit of new solder on the capacitors using some flux as well, and then touching them and allowing to join. So before you go taking off the capacitors, always wise to mark down the positive and negative of the capacitors. You can tell this from the marking of the black on the top of the capacitor. I drew mine on the cardboard below, but you always can just take a photo of the board before you start. This way there's no mistakes. So after doing all my soldering, I've gone around with alcohol to clean all the solder points, also all the pins for the connections, and very thoroughly I am cleaning out all the sensors for the gear positionings.
Yep. Try to put one together this another cover, please. Pour on the glass.
Not right now, Saki.
With this gear positioning box with the board in it, there is two screws that hold it in place. There is movement left and right on this, and considering the sensors will be directly affected by this, it's probably best to mark where the screws sit so it can go in the exact same position. This part is important. If you want to save a lot of time, I'm putting in a pin, well, a button. The bolt to bolt it onto the chassis needs to go in first before this pin. Otherwise you're going to be wasting a lot of time reassembling all this and then coming back to this point. You cannot put the bolt in to bolt this onto the chassis unless you put it in before the pin. So I've just pulled this out and put it back in again because this bolt must go in before this. There is no other way. You can try and free it up a little bit, but not enough. This must go in before your hand. Now I've re-squeezed that back on. It's looking good. I'm going to straighten it up and drop it into place. When putting on the gear selector onto the arm that shifts the gears to the transmission, there is a little pin on this little clip. You free it up with a flathead screwdriver and then you slowly pry it out with a flathead screwdriver. Carefully. I saw a video where some guy snapped his, and I'm sure it's not cheap to find that gear selector. So take your time, go slowly. The first attempt with me trying to pull this out took me about 10 minutes. I did take my time, so take your time. Also, putting it back in is equally as tricky. Maybe about 5 to 10 minutes of fiddling around, getting the right angle to put it on and pushing it on. I did straighten up the clip after I'd taken off the gear selector, as I had bent the clip a little bit to get it off, and you just straighten it up once it's off, and then when you put it back on, it clips in perfect. Take your time, don't break the arm. Also, when you free up the arm, you can always put a screwdriver in to stop it from dropping down, but it's not the end of the world if it drops down. You can easily fetch it out. But even one time I dropped it and it shifted into gear, so it went right out of the area, but I fished it out with an Allen key, so it's pretty simple. Don't panic. That's what I want. What I want, air conditioning. It's hot in here. Okay, next. We get carried away. So smooth. I'm gonna take it easy. So smooth with that. Nice. Alright, before I get carried away, we'll finish this up. apply some glue on there. For now, I'm going to give that a skip. Yes. Also, just for the video, I'm going to neutral. Right. Just for now, I'm going to switch off the car. So this is where it gets a bit tricky, where you got to feel like you got to force it in a little bit. You got to be careful you don't break this console as well. So, oh, sorry, hang on, before I do that. Oh, we missed. That's in now, but I'll pop it back out. It's a little metal clip. Apparently if it does get stuck in part for whatever reason, you can push this in. Otherwise, it's giving me headaches. That's what it's giving me. Alright, back to this. So, in nice and deep, and maybe a little twist to the left works well, as I've noticed. There you go. A little twist to the, well, right, lifting like that works good. You gotta be careful you don't wreck these sensors and wiring. Oh, no. So I'm gonna do that again. No, lifting, just a little bit of a firm push through there. It is very tight against the gear selector. Now, trying to push all this back in without damaging cables. Now the screws, I'll start putting them on this side, with the air conditioning on, of course.
If you appreciated this video, you can always like and subscribe to me. This helps me out.
Drive. See if it takes gears well. Shifting nicely.